This program is brought to you by Connie Dodo of Connie Dodo Realty Group, 119 Pleasant Street, Methuen. When you want results, don't make a move without us.
Welcome to the Dodo Realty View. I'd like to welcome everybody here this evening, and as you know, we are here for the past few years, and we have been educating people on different types of real estate issues as well as community concerns. People have given us topics that they want to hear about, and today we have the pleasure of having Scott Martin from Martin's Florist.
Thank you.
Hi Scott, thank you for coming.
Thanks, nice to be here.
As you can see, he has a wonderful floral arrangement that he's made. Let's talk about this, seeing that it's December and it's the
this is something
season.
that the girls at work won't want to see it on TV, but it's something that we probably make 200 of in December. We do a ton of them. They're boxwood trees, and you just add water to it every once a week. They'll last till March if you still wanted it then, but it's a nice thing for the elderly that don't have trees or any gift, any office. It's really... It's really caught on in the whole United States. Everybody does it.
Wow. How long does it take to make one?
Probably takes a girl an hour to do it from start to finish, decorating it. And
that's amazing. It will stay till March.
yeah.
So you just water it. I know I've had them. They are beautiful.
Yeah, we have to throw them away before we want to. I mean, at home, I end up throwing it away before. Geez, it's Valentine's Day. Let's get rid of the Christmas stuff.
Right.
You know.
Right. Just, and I know we went right to the tree here, but just give us a little bit of history behind your company. I know you've been in business for quite a long time.
Yeah, I've been in business. This coming January will be 30 years, which is a long time for any small business owner. I guess the average is 4 years, so we're doing well by that.
You must have been a youngster.
I was. I was 10. No, I was 26 when I started. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, long time.
Then you started on, he's on 500 Jackson Street, Methuen.
Yeah, he bought that building about 15 years ago. We started in Georgetown 30 years ago. We had one in Georgetown, one in Groveland, and one in Methuen. And the Methuen one really caught on, and we sold the other two. Yep.
So when you started, there was probably, how many people did you have employed? And
I had me. When I started, I started, it was just me. I had a part-time driver, and then it just took off from there. Now we have 4 designers and a bunch of clerks, 2 drivers, and keep busy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you're always busy, and I have to say, in terms of your response, I know when I've called there, you can get you 7 days a week. It could be any hour, and somebody's always picking up that phone.
Well, that's what we even advertise. If somebody, if you're reading the death page at 7 o'clock at night, call and we answer. We answer the phone till 9 o'clock at night. My wife makes me shut it off at 9 because it's just too much.
Right.
But so we can take those orders late at night for next day delivery, and it's a service-oriented business. Even though we do a lot of creativity, you still have to provide the service, and we do.
Right, and you do a great job with it. I've experienced it.
Sure.
And I know other customers have as well, so that's wonderful.
Good.
What would you say is your specialty?
Our specialty? Well, there's different ways to go about specialties. Right now we're doing weddings. We're doing a lot of weddings, and we're doing more of an economy version of the wedding. So it's an all-inclusive package we have with many of the different venues, but we have it available by itself too. And we start weddings anywhere from $5.99 and up for the complete flowers, which is unusual, but it gets the job done. And with the economy the way it is, people need that, you know. So,
what's the most popular flower for a wedding, would you say?
Well, for a most popular flower worldwide is a rose.
Yeah.
For a wedding, roses are popular, orchids are popular. I mean, it depends on the wedding, on the venue, on the dresses and everything. So there's a lot to go into it. But every day is a rose. We have roses. We get roses every day of the week. We get them delivered from our wholesalers. So we go through a lot of them.
Right. Yeah. And the most popular color? I mean,
red.
Can imagine, say red?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We sell a box of red for every box of mixed colors. So we have 6 different colors in the mixed boxes, and we sell red, maybe 2 boxes of red to that 1 box of colors. Yeah.
Who buys? We had a little discussion at the office. Who was the person that's
Well,
bought
I don't want you to say, I don't
flowers?
want to say that you guys were wrong, but
Okay.
men spend more on flowers. We see men all day long coming in. The women tend to order over the phone a lot more for funerals and for birthdays and everything. But the guys come right in, and that's mostly what we see at the store.
Oh, so
And they
it is-
spend
it's
more
a-
too.
They spend more
Yeah,
too. That's
they
a
do.
good thing.
Yeah,
So it's on arrangements. What type of? I mean, I know I've seen many different types of arrangements you've done, from
Right.
real exotic
Sure.
type ones
Yeah,
to
you
different.
like
Yeah,
those.
yeah, those. I mean, you've
so
done
we
those.
we do the traditional. It depends on what, like funerals or weddings or everyday things. We do traditional centerpieces for your house, or we do something very contemporary, and everywhere in between. If you tell us you want it in purples and greens and you want it this high, we can make it to whatever you want, and the girls are great at that.
So, in terms of, I know you talk specialties being your weddings and so forth. I mean,
Well,
other
it's hard
ones?
to say specialties because we do really nice fruit and gourmet baskets at Thanksgiving time and at Christmas time. We do it all year round, but that's our specialty then, I think, And that's two of the girls' specialties. But then another girl's specialty is plants and plant maintenance for the hospitals and stuff. We place plants and the weekly flowers and everything we do, and that's Kathy's specialty. So every girl that's there has a specialty.
And we had talked briefly at one point about you had rental plants. you
Yeah,
call
we
it?
have rental plants. We maintain them every week, and when they don't look so good after a year or two, we replace them with new ones. And we've had people that have had us do that for years now.
How does that work? I mean, it's called rental. Is it a
Yeah,
rental
well,
or?
we go in. Yeah, we go in, and it's a maintenance. So we go in and we find out what they need, and we place them in the nice designer pots and everything, and we go in every week and we turn them and we water them and we feed them, and that's what we do. And then a lot of companies do fresh flowers every week too. So it seems to go hand in hand.
So you actually deliver them to the different
Sure.
companies
Yeah.
or whatever it is.
Yeah, when we do the fresh flowers every week, we supply the containers. You're buying the flowers. So, for example, at your business, we could do a $20 bouquet every week. We come in, we get the old dead ones, and we put the nice new fresh ones in without you even noticing. So every week you have something nice and fresh for as little as $20 a week.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. We'll talk.
Yeah, we'll talk about that, absolutely. And we talk about as real estate agents, a lot of times we go in and help people stage different things. I
Right.
mean, the importance of flowers.
Sure.
And
Yeah, there's
color.
nothing. I mean, a lot of times you can stage with silk flower arrangements and stuff, but there's nothing like fresh flowers. It's just it adds nature to the inside of your house.
what would you say is the most popular a flower you would use that would be lasting in a home if we were to go in and
Yeah.
stage a
So
home?
if we wanted to get something that lasts 2 weeks or so, so you don't have to buy every 5 or 6 days, you want to use alstroemeria lilies, you want to use carnations and palms, and the things that say that are longer lasting, they really are. If you keep them watered and you keep them cool at night, you could get 2 weeks out of an arrangement.
It's interesting. I know that one thing, when you get flowers, they say you should replace the water or do things. The one thing that bugs me is sometimes you get a smell from it in the water.
Right.
Is that, what's
Well,
the best
the
way to...
Oasis, we treat all of the floral foam so that you're not going to get that in the floral
Okay.
foam. Maybe after 2 weeks or so you
Yeah,
might, but
right.
in a vase of flowers, that can get stagnant. We put preservative in, but if you switch it out every 5 or 6 days, that'd make them last a lot longer too.
And I noticed that the little packets they have that you put in. What's the
when you
point
get,
of that?
Well, that's
I've never
preservative.
read it, but
That's preservative.
Okay.
Well, that's you're supposed to read it.
Yeah.
When
You just put it in the-
you just put it in the
Yeah.
water, and it kills the bacteria after you put the leaves in. There's
Okay.
bacteria on the leaves, and you put them in, and it makes it last a lot longer. So.
Good.
So you should use it next time you
Yeah,
get flowers.
I always do. I always
Okay.
put it in.
All
I
right, good.
never have read it, as I
Yeah,
said, but I
yeah.
always snip it and
Yep,
throw it in there.
good,
But
good.
yeah, I do get it in there. Where would you say is your biggest area that you deliver or that your customer base is from?
We deliver from, from Wilmington to Newburyport to Wyndham we deliver the whole area. We do funeral work all the time to a lot of different funeral homes all around. So we deliver ourselves to all of that. But we're nationwide. We can call, and in 30 years, we've got a nice network now of people that we use in each city. So we know in Brockton or in Los Angeles or whatever who to use, and we use the same ones every time with great results.
Great. Yeah. In terms of anything else you want to add before we end this session?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Thought of things, but now I don't know.
You don't know. Of course, there's always things you think of. I think in terms of the community effort that we're doing as a company, and we're trying to reach out to community businesses to give back to the community, what we're going to be doing, and it will be announced on our January spot, and you've agreed to do it, is in February be one of our partners in doing the roses for the month of February. So we'll let people know when we're going to be there. They'll have to watch and look for the newspaper. But you know, it's nice that we can partner like that.
Yeah,
give back to the community. You know, give 50 customers that walk through the door a rose. That's awesome.
We're all about Methuen. We're really based in Methuen, and even on our website there's a donation request form. We get inundated with people asking for it, but if you fill out a form and send it to us, we consider it.
Yeah, and that's what, you know, so we'll do it in concert and do it together.
Sounds
so
nice.
That's great.
Good.
This will end this section of this program, the beginning, and we have a part 2 of this program that we're going to talk with somebody on plantscapes. So I want to thank you, Scott, for coming. It was enjoyable, and
always a pleasure.
We'll continue.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Here we go. What? What?
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent, because kids in foster care don't need perfection. They need you.
Welcome back to the second segment. We have Kelly Stevenson here, who's with Nature's Reflection. Kelly, tell us how long you've been doing this and what Nature's Reflection is all about.
I have been in the interior plantscaping world for probably 20 years now, working with plants for probably 30 years. It's kind of embarrassing to say how old I am.
You must have been young too, just like our last one. 30 years is a long time.
Absolutely. Long time. Basically, what my company does is we bring in live tropical and subtropical foliage into businesses, homes, medical facilities, rehab places, restaurants, anywhere you can imagine that people habitate indoors.
Look, I mean, looking at these plants, I mean, I look at them, I say, are these real? They look fake, but I will tell you they are real, because I've looked, it's incredible.
Thank you.
I mean, obviously, I can see why you're in the business you are with this green thumb here. What are some of the benefits to having plants in our surrounding, whether it be in work, at home, or wherever?
There are many benefits, countless benefits. The number one this time of year is it helps add some humidity to the air. We have very dry indoor climates this time of year with all our heat on. As far as if you're a business owner, they help the productivity of your employees. They reduce stress for your employees, therefore it'll bring your health insurance costs down for you and your employees. They buffer sound, they help with the aesthetics. If you have high-end clientele coming in, would you rather have artificial plants, or would you rather have live, lush, tropical foliage there to greet them? So it helps your visual impact presenting yourself as a thriving company. It also helps property management companies increase their tenant ratio.
What are some plants easier to maintain? I mean, and I know.
Yeah, we all think that we have black thumbs, but you know, it's just like people. You need to know who they are, what they want. One of the easier plants is right behind you. It's the Sansevieria, or mother-in-law's tongue. Some of the more difficult things would be like a ficus tree. People think, oh, I have to have a ficus tree. You cannot always have a ficus tree. You need the proper light for the ficus tree. So it's really a matter of knowing what you have for light and space and what you can put there.
The plant you have here, we know which one this one is, and I will tell you, I have one of these in my office that is still living.
There you go.
Like you said, it's probably the easiest, but what are the other names and how would you care for them? And I'm going to give you two questions at once. In terms of, I know these plants, people always say they're poisonous, right. So maybe if you could tell us what they are and certainly if they are poisonous or not. I mean, I don't know.
Well, the one you see to your right is a pothos. A lot of people say, oh, I have an ivy at home, and they really have a pothos. That's a pothos. Okay. The one right next to it is a Dieffenbachia, or a dumb cane. That one can cause a little bit of an issue if you have pets or children. This afternoon I took a yellow leaf off of it and my thumb is still numb from just the juice. It can cause throat paralysis, so I wouldn't recommend that if you have...
Really?
Oh yeah, if you have pets or small children in the house. The one on the floor is a Dracaena marginata, and that helps take out quite a few toxins out of the air, which is another benefit of plants in our interiors. And you have a little sampling of 5 different kinds of poinsettias in front of you.
My goodness.
They are. And they are not poisonous. There have been absolutely no documented cases over the years, as far back as we've been using them, in the medical community of anybody being very ill or dying or anything from poinsettias.
Yeah, because they always say, be careful with poinsettias for the animals in particular.
No, you would need to eat probably a truckload. And they're so nasty tasting, nobody's going to get past the first leaf.
I have to say, I am amazed at the names of these plants, and you actually know them, and I'm sure you know, I mean, just to even remember
the list
them.
goes on.
Oh, my goodness, it's just their unusual name.